Well, how you go? I'll tell you what's crazy. I'm being sued by my crazy neighbor. I got a crazy neighbor that lives kind of across the street, catty corner a little bit. Lester James' name is. And man, he is one guy who is just everywhere on my street that is an earshot, eye shot of this dude. Just has gotten tired of the guy. And I'm a board member. I joined the HOA back when my truck got towed years ago. I joined HOA in order to change rules and change policies. That's hard to do though. So, what made this crazy dude start harassing my family and myself? Harassing and retaliation. Well, first of all, one day we all got well, I'll say we all. I'm not sure how many. I know, as far as I know, the immediate, my street and across the street, got letters in the mail, not naming him, but naming a person at his address, was caught in a text online relationship with a minor. Exchange photos and whatnot. And if you have children, please question your children if you know they have spent time over at his house. Because he's kind of known for, hey little kids, I got candy in my garage. Come get some candy. He's kind of known for that. So, my nephew, we had in-laws had to go question him because he went over to the house a few times and had candy. Anyway, I told him, sent him a text with a photo of this letter saying, I didn't know he got, he said he got the same letter. And a few other letters after that. I only got one letter. But anyway, I sent him a photo of the letter and a message saying basically, I don't know what you up to, what you doing. I don't want to hear no excuses. You need to stay away from my family. And I kind of just left it at that. I told him, you're trespassing on my property. Do not come on my property ever. Told him, step out of my property. I'll call the police and said it's the pedophile trespassing my property, and then we'll go from there. He wasn't playing around. You can't play around with these kind of people. So that kind of gave him a bad taste in his mouth. I learned his personality. If you tell him to stop doing something, he's gonna double down and do it more. And at the time, I didn't know that. That's his personality. I found out now. So anyway, that kind of made him kind of double down. So whenever he saw my nephew, he would, hey little dude, come over here, I got candy. You don't say hi to me no more. So one day he came out and entered my property, asked me, hey, can I come on your property and have a word with you? I said, nope. I met him on the street. We talked a little bit. He said, yeah, that's not me. I didn't touch her. Once I found out how young she was, I broke it off, broke the relationship off, and I'm hearing all this, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not caring. I'm not caring about it. I just don't care. And I told him, I said, I'm not here to say you're innocent or guilty. I'm here to protect the family. So he threw off the he threw off the handle about, oh, you don't believe me. You don't believe me. It's not my place to believe you, dude. It's my place. That's between you and this little girl's parents. He told me the girl was younger than his great granddaughter. I don't know how young that is. I didn't ask. I didn't care. In my head, only thing I saw in my head was a grown man texting some kid. Mom and daddy found the text messages, contacted him saying, dude, leave her daughter alone. And him double down saying, I don't have to leave it alone. Blah blah blah. I'm just messaging her. According to the letter though, photos got exchanged. So I told him, I said, yeah, I'm not here to say you're guilty or innocent. I'm just here to protect my family. So what I said before, it stands. That's it. He then kind of, oh yeah, little boy, you tainted him. You told him stuff about me. He don't come to my house no more. When I come out the house and hey little dude, he runs away. I informed this dude, that little boy is my nephew. You're playing a dangerous game. Let this go. That is not his personality. And whenever he sees him, hey little dude, You miss me? You know, I'm sitting like, man, this dude, that's. And I don't know if there's no law about, you know, hey, you know, hey, hi, saying hi to someone. I don't know. We don't have a restraining order yet. That's probably gonna be coming, maybe. Don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this dude didn't like the fact that I told him to stay off my property, and didn't like he just didn't like that. So he had a kind of bad taste in his mouth. Kind of gave me the crooked face, crooked look when he see me. Well, I was a board member. And all of a sudden, one day, he was remodeling his house, and parked one of those pods in front of his driveway, sticking out in the street. Now, the HOA, we don't really do the drive. We hire a company to manage our finances, manage the property, manage the bills, manage how things are done, manage the bylaws. That's what they do. I got a full-time job. You know, we all work. And plus the board it's usually three or four people. So we just don't have the manpower and time to do this. So we hire a company to do it for us. A lot of boards do that. Well, a board did a drive. I think it's every Thursday or something like that. And first thing I saw was this pod sticking out this guy's driveway. Sent him a letter. Hey, you're in violation. What's this pod sticking out your driveway? See, I'm a board member. I'm under those very same laws and same rules. I've had letters saying cut your grass. I had letters saying paint your house. I had a wrong color trim one time. When I had my house, my kitchen remodeled, I had to tell HOA, hey, I'm remodeling my kitchen. I'm gonna have a dumpster in my driveway. The guy says about a week. So give me about 2 weeks, I'll have my driveway. When it's done, we're yank it out. That's the rule. You let the HOA know what's going on when you have things on the outside of your house that are sticking out in the street and doing other eyesores, basically. And once the demo part was done, about a week, hey, I sent him a text. Hey, the dumpster's gone. Everyone just thumbs up. You know, I had my fence rebuilt. Hey, HOA, this is what I'm doing. You know, you let them know. You can't just do alterations to your house. You can't just add things to your house. My driveway was a 1-car driveway. We had 3 cars in our house. Hey, HOA, I want to add 4 foot of driveway on my property. Yay or nay? They say yay. I show them a little schematic drawings, how wide and everything, how long and how thick, and you know, they want some of the details and everything. And they said thumbs up. I poured the concrete. All said and done. Driveway is done. Took a photo. Here's the finished thing. Well, this dude, Lester James, he thinks he's kind of above all that. You know, I don't have to tell HOA nothing. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. So he put a big old pod in front of his storage pod in front of his driveway sticking out the street. HOA said, "Hey, you're in violation. How long is it gonna be here?" Because ETA. This dude kind of doubled down. ETA. I'll move when I move it. That's him. Double down. Double down. So all that time I was there, he was racking up fines and whatnot, and other little issues going on, violations basically. And the first thing he did was not take it out on me, because I'm a board member. I live across the street from him, unfortunately. So started blaring his music. You know, break that music up loud and midnight, 12:30, 1 in the morning. And what's sad is he's aiming at me. He's trying to get back at me, my family, retaliation for his letters for something he's doing. And my poor neighbors, man, they're getting caught in the crossfire, because the neighbor across next to me had to run out there and say, "Dude," a couple times, middle of the night, "Dude, this dude wakes up 3 in the morning. He worked for a living. Dude, turn your music down." You know, they get altercation and everything. Security comes out. "Dude, turn your music down." The police came out once. "Dude, turn your music down." And it's sort of the same story. Why? I don't have to. It's my house, not my property. I don't have to do anything. I do it because I want to do it. Blah blah blah. He doubles down. And only time he finally complies is when he's facing possible arrest. Then he'll go ahead and shut it down and shut his garage. So, retaliation, harassment from this dude, like just off the chain. Now, one day he decided to put grass in his yard. I don't care. I mean, I don't water my grass. The good creator waters my grass when he wants to. If he don't, he don't. There's days my grass is luscious. There's days my grass is Serengeti dry. Step on it, sound like potato chips. You know, we have no deeds in our property, in our HOA saying that you have to have green grass. Thank goodness. I'll be in violation all the time. So this guy buys grass. Now his property is only about 15 feet by 8 feet, 9 feet. That's a square. It's patio home. Why does this dude buy 12 pallets, seven pallets of grass? 7 whole pallets of grass. He needed maybe one, and one would have been overkill. So what he do? Everyone's at work. Now my neighborhood has hard parking. It is so hard to find parking in my neighborhood. And that's why we have 2 cars in the driveway, 1 in the street. Usually he has a car in the driveway, 1 in the street. My neighbors next to me, they have a kind of the same way, but there's common parking, like next to my fence. There's parking, like parallel parking, you can park there. So they got cars in their driveway, and then they park across, you know, so everyone has places they park. I've been parking where I park in my house, the way I have for 8 years. 2 in the driveway, 1 in the street. And the driveway is kind of, you know, whoever has to get up in the morning first, go to work, has to leave first. So we know, don't block that person in the driveway, because you'll get knocked on the door saying, hey, wake up, move your car, I need to go to work. So we play a very coordinated, you know, we've done it for 8 years. So it's a very well rehearsed dance. Who parks where, depending on who goes to work first, and who goes to work last, basically. So this guy puts the 7 pallets of grass, blocking an entire section of parking where no one can park there now. HOA does a drive and says, what is going on with this, dude? Move your grass, do something with it. He says, I accidentally bought more grass than I needed. I'll move it when I move it. Meantime, he tells everyone, hey, free grass, you want to take it? I don't want it. Thinking of him, I don't want it. One of my neighbors has a brother who has a landscape company. The neighbor tells the brother, hey, man, there's 7 pounds of free grass over here. Come get it. One morning, he comes up with a trailer. What did this crazy dude do? Crazy dude, Lester James, he runs out there, no. You gotta pay me. Well, wait a minute. You told everyone you could have free grass because the HOA is on your ass. And now this guy's about to take this problem off your hands, and you want payment for it. Meantime, he sent an email to the HOA saying, I donate this grass to you guys. Please send a letter to everyone saying, come over here and pick up the grass. What? We're not going to send a letter to the entire community. In the meantime, after he's telling us it's free, tell everyone to come pick it up, he has signs on every pallet with his phone number and Dr. J written on it saying, if you want grass, contact me, because the grass is for sale. So it's for free when you come pick it up, and then when you're there to pick it up, oh, by the way, no, you gotta pay me for it. What kind of bait switch is that? So that grass sat there, and it sat there, and it sat there, and it sat there, and it turned Serengeti brown, it dried up and died. Meantime, he had to get rid of it. HOA's on his butt. It's racking up fine, more likely. So he starts to dump grass wherever he could dump it. There's my neighbor, he had dirt in his front yard. He didn't want grass. He works for a living. He don't have time to maintain his yard. He don't have time. I understand it. I'm that way too. I'd rather have dead grass. I'd rather have gravel in my front yard. You know, in fact, I wanted to concrete my entire front yard and park all the cars in my front yard. HOA said, no, we can't. You can't concrete your own front yard. So, this dude comes in the middle of the night, throwing grass, and whenever that work, throwing grass in everyone's property. Who does that? You know, he asks after you want grass, he just throws the grass in your property. Get rid of the grass off. Get rid of his property on your property. Meantime, he sends me a text saying, "Yeah, Mr. Stevens, on reconsideration, I would like to donate my grass to you. I can help plant it. And I've already trespassed this dude off my property and say, we don't want to bring grass. I don't hate the guy. I don't have anything against the guy. I just, I don't want nothing to do with the guy. You know what I mean? That text saying, I want to donate my grass to you. I will help you plant it, and together, we can make your yard look as good or better than mine. Together. I already made it clear to him there's no together, no us. How did he sign this off? Your neighbor, Lester the molester. Who does that? Who puts that in writing? My response was no. His response was, I tried. And he sent me some kind of Incredible Hulk mask photo, like that's angry. I don't know, was scared me or something? I don't know. Anyway, meantime, he writes a letter to HOA saying, Mr. Stewart, that's so address, who is a board member, refused my grass. I don't understand. If you're so concerned about the beauty of the neighborhood, why would you refuse the grass? It is dead, and I don't want you on my property. The email continued. His neighbor at address so-and-so turned his water off because the guy would wake up 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, grab his water and water all the grass he had planted on that side of the property, using someone else's water to water your problem that you dumped on somebody else. Neighbor across the street from me put a lock on her water because he was watering her grass, cross street, watering the common air, cross over water. Yeah, he would use her water to water everyone else's grass. Who does that? Who does that? So, great email. His neighbor turned his water off. Maybe he's mad because I blared my music too loud once. Once is not even truthful. Every night he was blaring his music trying to get back at us, HOA member, my family, and unfortunately neighbors getting caught in the crossfire. No, it wasn't because you blared your music, because you trespassed his property, dumped grass on his property while he was at work, and then at the middle of the night he uses water to water his grass. That's why he turned his water off. So, all kind of hell from this dude. All kind of hell from this dude. Every time, and I noticed every time he got a letter from HOA or a nuisance letter from HOA, it just, man, wake up in the morning, and when he would finally empty a pallet of grass, where did I find that pallet? Tucked almost up under my truck, my Jeep, in the driveway. Like, what, you think I'm not gonna notice things when back over it or something? Why are you throwing your empty pallets behind my truck for, in our driveway? Who does that? Look at the cameras, it's like 1 in the morning. You drag that pallet, dump it behind tied it behind my truck, hoping I run over. Who does that? Lester James, crazy guy, does that. So, he got all kind of issues going on from the board member, and I'm the only one he can retaliate against. And it's not my fault. I don't care about his pod. The board just going by the bylaws. The law says these are the rules. Follow it. And already all he had to do is say, hey, 2 weeks. I'm planning to get this pot out of my driveway in 2 weeks. No, I'll get it out when I get it out. I'll move it when I move it. Why you want to know? You know, it just that was his personality. So one day, to get onto the lawsuit, while I'm getting sued $350, which is crazy because it cost me $140 to file the lawsuit. Make that make sense. One day I came home, and his Toyota SUV, Toyota 4Runner, he had an SUV, Toyota SUV. He decided to go where it was parked, drive it around, park it in front of my house, blocking my mailbox, my neighbor's mailbox, so close mailbox, you couldn't even open the mailbox. Parking it, then going into his other car and leaving for the day. So why did he just choose to move his truck from where it was parked in front of my house, I don't know. His response is probably going to be, because I can. Because I can. I wanted to. I got home, look at the cameras, like, that's been there all day long. What's watching the mailman just drive past, like, what the, I ain't gonna get out trying to squeeze the mail through the, open that mailbox. No. Mailman just drove past. I sent a text to the dude. Hey man, you in your truck? His response, when I get to it. When you get to it, so I got kind of pissed off at that. My family come home and that's where we park. So I forgot that our community used a tow company. I went just typed in Houston tow company of Houston, and just found the first one and followed up and said, hey, there's a dude blocking my mailbox, just dumped his car in front of my house and left. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know. Come get this car off of my house. It don't belong here. And they're like, all right, that's money. So I sent him a text, tow truck on his way. This dude came home real fast and abruptly moved his truck. He rubbed 2 brain cells together and got a result. 4 days later, decided to park his car, same place, park in front of my house. Lump in mailbox. Friday. So I sent him a text. Because we have my family, we're on that Life 360, so we know where know where everybody is at. Hey man, send him a text. You move your car? My family's on the way home. Again, we parked 2 in the driveway, one in the street, in front of my house. His response was what? So? Oh. That's how you are. I already knew that. So, mother-in-law comes on first. What's going on? She can't park. Usually she parks right there in the street. I park in the far side of the driveway. Wife parks there. So once my mother-in-law is parked, she really can't get out. I can get out. My mother-in-law goes to work. Wife gets out. It is Tetris. I mean, we that's how we park. And it's all based on who leaves work first, who has leave last. The last is always the one blocked in because they're last. So, mother-in-law comes home. What's going on? Dude parked there. I got a motion to him. Motion to the car, motion to him. Come on, what are you doing now? Now, he that later on wrote a letter to wrote an email to HOA saying I aggressively confronted him. In fact, I might put this video in here. I might put the video of this dude being an asshole in this video here, so you understand what I'm getting at.
I'll be gone for the car get around the no. Fucking this is not a city street. I keep telling you that. This is not a city street. Understood. It's my car.
Hey, he told the HOA that I aggressively confronted him, and the cops aggressively threw his chair across the street into his yard, and the tow truck almost knocked him down to the ground. Almost, that's what he said. The video don't show it. HOA said, "What's going on, man?" He says, "This." And I'm like, ain't gonna be my word against his word. It's gonna be my video against his word. I ain't stupid. So he sat there after telling him, "Hey, my family's on the way home." So when the law gets here, I'm like, I'm done with this. I called the police. Please come on out. Call the operator, and she was, okay, what's going on? This guy's harassing my family. I'm done with it. I'm done with it. He just, it's non-stop harassment, non-stop music blaring, doing stupid stuff like this. So cops come out. Here he is in his driveway in a chair, arm folded, stuck on a cigarette, stuck on a cigar. What's going on? This dude parking, my family parks here. He's parking this is our house. He decided to just park his car, blocking our mailbox, blocking where we park. Suggesting that my family parks in front of his house. My family we don't know this dude, and he's had some accusations with a minor. We don't want to park in front of his house. That is it. All right, let's go talk to him. So cops go up there and talk to him. And man, this dude just doubled down, talking about you don't have authority. This is private property. See, my neighborhood, the streets are a foot too narrow, so city won't pick up trash. We have to pay for our own trash pickup. So technically, our neighborhood is a private community, even though it's not gated. And for some reason, this guy Googled, does cops have authority on private property to do things, do that to you? And I think he didn't do the Google search right, because the cops come out all the time for this dude, and so he's trying to tell the cops that you don't have no authority. You're an authority. This is private neighborhood, private property. You have no authority out here. What? The cops scratch your head like, man, is this guy like a sovereign citizen or something? And I'm sitting there in this driveway, just kind of watching the show, like, this dude is batshit crazy. Excuse my Francais. So at some point in time, this dude picks his lawn chair up and sticks it in the middle of the street, parks in front of my, in front of my house, by his car, camps out. Cops like, dude, get out of the street. I don't have to. This is a private community. You have no authority out here. I can sit where I park. I can park where I want to park. Cops come up to him, say, kind of get him up, pick his chair up, walk into his yard, put his chair down. That same chair that he said the cops flung across the street to his yard. Ain't what the video shows. So after all that going on, the cops said, "What do you want to do, dude? You want to tow his car?" Because they gave him a ticket. You can't be blocking his mailboxes and stuff, and causing all kind of ruckus in the neighborhood. All the neighbors out there watching now, this is a show. This is just a crazy show. Neighbors all watching this. Cop said, "You want to tow his car?" Let's see. At that point, I should have just said, "Yeah, yank it. I'm done." I was trying to be a good neighbor. I said, "No, I don't want his car towed. I want him to be a good neighbor. Put the car in front of his house where he's always parked. He's always parked in there. Me and my family parked in front of our house for 8 years now. This is where we always done it. 2 cars in the roadway, 1 in the street. I don't know what's going on, what changed with this dude." So so in fact, the guy, Lester, even doubled down by Googling, can the HOA trespass me or tow my car? And Google said yes. HOA, he kind of dug his own hole there, and the cop said, "Well, he's HOA. So what do you want to do now, then?" What do you want to do? Now I live in a ghetto kind of. Down the street was bang, 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 bang. Someone was shooting in the air or shooting somewhere. Cops heard it. Cop says, "Okay, well this here, kind of not priority right now. Let's go down the street." And I said, "All right, do your thing, guys." So the cops left. Mr. Lester, the molester, as he calls himself, goes and folds his arm and parks his ass in the lawn chair in his driveway. Sends a text to me, don't start a battle you can't win. Well, the battle hadn't begun yet. And I was so done. I contacted the HOA and said, look, I'm done with this guy. He's blaring his music right now. He won't let my family park in front of the house and keeps suggesting they can park in front of his house. I'm not going to have my wife and mother-in-law park their car in front of his house so he can now wait outside and have access to him and talk to him and cat call him or whatever his plan was, trying to pull this little stunt off. So I called the HOA, our community tow company we hired. Said, hey, there's a guy in my house, in front of my house, parked, blocked my mailbox. We're done with this. Second time he's done it, blocked my mailbox. We're done harassment. They say, okay, take a photo of his license plate, all the angles of his car, and send it to us. Just take all the photos, boom, 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 boom. Send it to them. They came out. You know, first a car came by with a lady on riding, to identify the car. She came by, hopped off. Tow truck came by real fast, parked, backed up, yanked it. He kind of tried to run out the garage. Hey, that's my car, that's my car. And I think the lady said something like, not right now, it's not. I think that's what she said. I shouldn't be laughing at this because I had my car towed. I know how it feels to get your car towed. To come out there next morning, I don't even freak because I have my car. We used to have a law where if you're up on your grass, that was a violation and you're going to get towed that night. Because the tow company drives neighborhood looking for violations. So yes, I was in violation. And they towed my vehicle. They towed it. So I know how it feels to have a vehicle towed. But, you know, this is, what Lester did is totally different than what I did. I was trying to, there was a couple of that lived across the street at the time, an older couple. So I pulled my truck up on my grass a little bit to give them more little room to pull in the driveway. And yeah, so I got my truck towed. It got towed. And I contacted the HOA and I was fussing at them about that. And they're like, oh no, follow the rules next time, yeah? So, tow truck came, picked his car up. And I understand it pissed you off. I understand. But everything Lester did that night, he chose. He caused himself. So it took about 11. Yeah, took him October. Yeah, it took him about 11 months. 8 months to decide that he's gonna do a lawsuit. And again, I kind of noticed whenever he gets a violation letter or gets some kind of nuisance letter, he wants to up his retaliation. Right before he filed the lawsuit, he got another nuisance letter because security had to come by and tell him to shut his music down. So, and I wasn't even home that time. I was up on the reservation at a powwow up in the Alabama Cochita reservation, and I got back. That's when I found out that music was blaring and everything, and security had to come and shut them down. So maybe that news letter said, "Shit, I'm gonna sue him now." So he threw me a $350 lawsuit. $300 for the tow, which is like $290 something, and $50 for the Uber ride. Now here's what's stupid is the next day well, that night, that early morning, sent me a text saying, well, you help me go get my vehicle. No, I'm not gonna go help you go get your vehicle. Why? Who does that? Next morning, me and one of the neighbor kids come. We're talking. I don't know. Was I working the go-kart then still? I can't remember. You know, we're all chit-chatting. He comes over and, yeah, you gonna give me a ride to go get my? No, I'm not gonna give you a ride to go get your car. I said, no, I'm not gonna give you a ride. I mean, that's how people end up dead. This guy's crazy. So he got an Uber, I guess. I don't know. Family took him. I don't know. He talks bad about his family all the time, like he ain't got no family, you know. And I don't know. I don't know how true that is, because they're always at his house talking to him and everything. So anyway, he came back with his car, pissed off. But later that day, he comes up to us and says, you know, I was wrong for doing what I did. I was just being an asshole. And I was trying to teach you a lesson, or he said something like that, like, it's not teaching a lesson or prove a point or something like that. I'm like, you know, I'm just, you know, I was kind of done with it. So I thought that was over. Then months later, here he is, a month later. I get this letter, this knock on the door one morning on the way to work, about to head out to work, and there was a sheriff, I think sheriff. Yeah, sheriff department. Mr. Stevens, yes sir. You've been served. I kind of expected it, because before that I got a letter in the mail saying, hey, you're being sued by this person. If you want, you know, the advertisement came, if you want an attorney, come contact us and we get you an attorney and blah 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 blah. So I kind of figured this is coming my way. But yeah, it's just it's kind of a shame. So I went down to, and this was crazy. You ready for this? I went down to the courthouse, and up on Preston Street downtown, to answer his letter. See, I'm trying to park my driveway. This is how tight our driveways are. My wife's car's over there. I'm here, and I'm around on the edge of the grass. My wheels are touching the edge of the concrete. Woohoo! So, had to go downtown to answer his letter. Yes, I accept all charges and pay them, or no, I deny all charges and we will fight it. That's basically what it all boils down to. And I figured while I was there, let me go ahead and do a countersuit for all this harassment and the retaliation that he has given me. So I countersued him $10,000. I don't want to bankrupt the dude. That dude ain't got no money. I mean, the people doing it, contractors talk. People doing his house, he'll get to a certain point, and when the next payment is due, fire them. He would fire them. I don't. Your work is substandard, not standards, and everything, and you're fired. So this dude ain't got no money. Anyway, so I countersued him for $10,000. It's still, we can here in Texas you can sue up to 20, and that's still considered small claims. Go figure. So that day, after the court, after the answering and countersuing, came home, parked the wife's car in the street, kind of pulled it up so the mailman can get, because if you brought the mailbox, the mailman won't drop off. We had a car pulled up a little bit so you can get in, they can get in there and do the mail. What does Lester Molester do? He sideswipes my wife's car. Sideswipes it. He's in a rental at that, because he keeps wrecking his other car. He sideswipes it. Pulls off to the driveway. Actually calls me. Hey, I hit your white car in the street. Call me. I don't do that. I need Pepper Trail. So I sent him a text saying, I need your insurance. That's all I need. I don't need a conversation. No answer. No text back. I said, I'm not playing this game. Looked at the little bubbles. Okay, he got the text. I ain't playing this game. Sent another text, said, never mind. Police on their way. He got that one. No reply. Police show up. What's going on? This dude over there, he's parked right across the street. Over there, he sideswiped my wife's car. Parked. Now he won't give me insurance. you know, what's wrong with this dude? Cop goes there, knock, 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 no answer. Sure he's home? I said, yes, sir. Well, the camera's up. Yep, swipe, boop, park, get out. He's home. He's home. Cop goes back over there, knock, 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 knock. He ain't answering. I said, well, can I get him out of the hit and run? He said, well, technically, even the cop said the law sucks. Technically, he told you, he called you and said, hit your car. So he technically didn't hit and run. He just refused to give you insurance now. And what's his name? His name is Lester Dwayne James. Cop computer. Oh, this guy. The cops know this dude because they've been at his house and he's been trespassing, arrested at the community center down the street. They know this dude because he is a constant, absolute constant nuisance. So he said, good thing is we have his insurance on the record. Yeah, he said, he said this vehicle here is I think it's a rental, because I said, yeah, I think it's a rental because the other car I think it's in the shop. So they gave him his insurance, and so we just contacted the insurance company, let them deal with this dude. You know, so yeah, that was right after the answering his letter, and I think he suspected I was gonna just pay him and be done with it. So yeah, it's just a non-stop harassment of this dude. So October 2nd, I go down to the courthouse. It's the first stage is mediation. They're gonna sit us there and have a mediator, a third-party person, say, okay, what's going on? Can you guys find a? Again, I don't want to bankrupt the dude. I just want the guy to leave us alone. I want the guy to leave my family alone. You know, that's what I want. And so yeah, I'll probably say, hey, I'll reduce my $10,350. Call it even. Shake hands and go about our ways, and just I won't be in your hair, which I'm never in his hair. I don't care what he does. You know, again, when he gets a letter from the HOA, that is his. I'm the face of the HOA. He uses as retaliation. And you know, yeah, I was gonna set up. Yeah, shake hands. Say you go your way. I go my way. Stop bothering me. I don't bother you. I won't bother you. And be done with it. And hopefully he takes that. Because if not, if the mediation don't fix it, he goes for a judge, and the judge is gonna get all this. The judge is gonna say, what is going on, dude? You know, it's all this stuff. Car seeing side swiped. Now he said, I temporarily fell asleep. What? You just randomly fall asleep just as you turn in that corner, hit the car, and then you don't. No, that is some BS. So insurance is gonna get that, but yeah, I got the police report for that also. I got videos of him, music blare, and all his antics, and I got his text messages. I got his emails from the HOA being a complete butt. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I just want to just live my life. Even my neighbor across the street, we have a mailbox and 2 mailboxes, you know, each yard for both houses. And even she's like, nope. She moved her mailbox over to her side of the yard because he don't want nothing. Yeah, she don't want nothing to do with that dude. That dude's crazy. So, but yeah, getting sued, $350. Cost him 140 to file it. It might cost him 10 grand if he goes for a judge, which is stupid. This guy's, you know, yeah, he needs to start rubbing 2 brain cells together a little more often. So that's all I got for that. And if I might do a video, you know, on October 2nd, when it goes to court, I'll go ahead and maybe do another video update. Oh my goodness, I just want to live quietly. How'd you be,